And Mizzou's still got a pulse.
Interesting.
Hard one, Hopper backhand and waits quickly to her feet. Oh, what a play at the high corner. Smith lines one out towards the alley in right center. That's going to get down. It hops over the wall. A ground rule double will play to pair. And Missouri has the lead. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Tying run aboard. Go ahead run at the plate. Here comes the payoff from the freshman. On a line to short, ball game. Up to Grove with the catch. Missouri with the upset. After a low-scoring barn burner last night, 3-1 the final, Tennessee took the victory. We're ready for Game 2 on this lovely Friday night in Como between the Tennessee Lady Vols and the Missouri Tigers here on senior night. And just a night ago, Carlin Pickens was the headliner. Came in relief in the first inning, 9 Ks, allowed just 1 run. At one point punched out 5 straight as she picked up yet another victory. And with that, we welcome you in alongside Ashley Moore. I'm Max Toma. We took you through all of the storylines coming into this weekend yesterday, and not much has changed. Tennessee's moved up from 6th to 5th in the SEC regular season standings, and now Mizzou level at 500, really needing a win here tonight.
Yep.
It's misplayed, and it led to 2 runs. Back up the middle, diving stop. Throw coming home from up to Grove, and they get the out at the dish. Abrascato deep out towards right center, a no-doubter. Way out of here for Stefania Abrascato. And Mizzou is on the board. Okay, last question, I swear. I'm going to go right back to the freshman, though, because Ambry Taylor had probably the biggest swing of the day. She finally got her first conference start on Friday. Now she's starting every game of the weekend. How big was that swing, and how clutch has she been this year?
She is the most clutch ever. That's my girl. That's my roommate. I'm rooming with her for the rest of my life. I love her so much. So whenever I see her succeed, it's just, oh, it's like I'm succeeding with her. It's like, it's Mudita, you know?
A lifetime roommate. I love it. Thanks so much for taking the time, Anna. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Huge smile on her face, and fittingly so. Crimson Tide get the win. Mudita, vicarious joy through the success of others. That's what we've seen from Anna Roman and Ambry Taylor. In the circle right now. Talk about announcing yourself early on as a freshman. She threw a perfect game versus Elon this couple weeks into the season. The 10th in Alabama history, the first ever for a Crimson Tide freshman. Patrick Murphy told us, hey, I never bring in 2 freshman pitchers. And it was funny because he basically said, hey, I don't like to have 2 great senior pitchers come 4 years from now that I'm going to have to replace at the same time. It's a good problem to have, I would say. But he's got 2 now. And you imagine what this staff is going to look like as it progresses in the later years. It's only going to get better and better.
Well, Moten and Palazzi complement each other so well. They're just different type of pitchers. Moten has a lot of velo. She's going to throw that ball up there in the 70s. And then Palazzi just has such good spin and is able to throw batters off in the box that throwing them back-to-back in a game is really hard for hitters.
Abby Carr walks for a second time. Yeah, it's a couple of different looks you're going to get in games that aren't started by Brisky because she tends to go the distance and get the win. She's done it in every start this year. But it's a cool story because, I mean, recruiting is all about relationships and connections, and that's not just with the potential player you're bringing to campus and their parents and their family, but also building your network. What a pick that was from Marley Giles. My goodness.
Giles so steady back there. Yeah, that was.
But it's about building the network. Sophie Smith up there. Looks at a 1-0 strike. And Coach Murphy was recruiting Vic Moten and on a trip out to Oklahoma to see her pitch. Didn't need to see much, obviously, to give her an offer and like what he was seeing, love what he was seeing, really. But while he was at the same tournament, he said he was in the parking lot and asked a familiar face, it sounded like. We didn't catch a name. Hey, who's the best pitcher you've seen this year? And the name that was dropped and the team that was dropped was a team that happened to be in that same tournament, and it was Caitlin Palazzi. Person he was talking to said, hey, she faced about 14 batters. I think only 1 person fouled off a pitch. And he said, wow, okay, I've got an opportunity to see her. Went and saw her, loved that, said, hey, I might go get myself 2 freshmen.
May as well if you're going to. And not only that, we mentioned that Moten was the Alabama Player of the Year, Gatorade Player of the Year, but Palazzi also the Michigan Player of the Year. To get 2 freshmen like that come in and pitching-wise, that's just huge for your program.
Smith strikes out. Giles hangs on, and there's 2 down. The first K for Palazzi. As that's served out towards right, battling the set shot. Here's Roman. She makes a couple of catches. Quick scoreless inning for Caitlin Palazzi. Yeah, I learned a phrase 2 days ago via Patrick Murphy when he was describing one of his players in a slump as having too many socks in the drawer. Like there's just too much going on in your head. You got to compartmentalize, and there's a little bit too much chaoticness. Too many socks in the drawer.
Too many socks in the drawer. That just, again, that was a great phrase, but that happens a lot in softball, and it happens a lot with some of the younger players, especially in that sophomore season when they come in after they've had a good freshman campaign. It can just mess with your head a little bit if you don't see success right off the bat.
I'll be honest with you, Ashley, I had to Google that one. Make sure we were on the same page.